Sony has great marketing now. Extremely great marketing, right? So that's 1-1. Games. Both of them have great games, great exclusives. So 2-2. They're going at it with that. Blu-ray is only on PS3, and everyone knows that Blu-ray is a selling point because there's people that will buy PS3 simply for Blu-ray use and just buy only Blu-rays and look at games as secondary. That's a major selling point, and with all the movie companies that's behind that, Blu-ray is the face of the industry, and PS3 is the only console to represent that face. That is a major selling point, and that's one of the reasons why you get more sales on PS3 than you do on 360. Now the next thing is online. Both of them is great, but one is free. Now even though Xbox 360 is dirt cheap to get such a great experience with the features, at the end of the day, if you're selling something to someone, the moment you say free and the same thing that's on another console is not free, regardless of the features, free always win. Like, that's just straight up. Free always win. And more people are starting to experience and know that online is free on PS3. Meaning that when you go home and you want to jump on a web browser, do whatever you want to do online, you can do it without pulling out your credit card. You know what I'm saying? Or a PlayStation card, whatever you use. That is another selling point that's only, in favor of the PS3. Another thing is the overall demand. Since PS3 launched, they had a higher demand over any console. The difference is that when you $600 and you're in a recession, your demand don't mean shit. Straight up. So PS3 had a high demand, but they couldn't meet the demand. You see what I'm saying? So now that they're $299, they can meet the demand of tons of people that really want to get into what the PS3 is all about. And that right there is like factual. That's factual right there. There's higher demand for PS3. Now, PS2 owners is starting to convert to PS3 faster, more rapidly because of the price as well. You see what I'm saying? So that right there is another big reason why you're seeing Sony outsell Microsoft, and it's gonna stay that way. You see what I'm saying? Now, Xbox 360 is still selling like hotcakes as well. So anyone that's thinking that PlayStation is gonna surpass Xbox 360, through over time, like I said, I don't think so. I disagree with it. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm sticking to my guns. Xbox 360 at the end of the day will have more consoles sold overall, but they're not gonna outsell PS3 by a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I feel about it. If Xbox 360 keeps going till 2015, like Shane Kim said, then I don't see PS3 outselling them overall. But if Xbox 360 drops, and when the Xbox 720 come out, whatever they're gonna call it, if they just give up on the 360 and just let it rot like they did with Xbox One, then yeah, PS3 will surpass their overall sales. That's the realest I could keep it. So other than that, we about to move on to the game review of the day, and the game review of the day is the Avatar. Now this game right here is decent. It has its moments where it gets hot, but overall it's decent. So I had to give this game a 7 out of 10, but it's still a decent game. Check out the review. One love and God bless. We'll be back. Peace.
Assassin's Creed 2, available November 17th. Rated M for mature.
PS3, now $2.99.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy HipHopGamer. We about to get into the Avatar review. Let's get it in. Now, check this out. First things first, the graphics. Now, the graphics in this game, it features 1080p visuals, and it looks decent. You know what I'm saying? At times it looks, really good, but then at times don't look so good, but overall it's decent. There's a lot of pop-ups that I can't stand pop-ups, but there's a lot of pop-ups, so I don't really like that. But it is very colorful. It's very colorful environments, and very huge environments, so that's a plus right there. But the game needs more graphical detail, like more, pizzazz or something like that to the textures. You know what I'm saying? It looks kind of dull at times, even though it is colorful. But overall, the graphics do look decent. They're not the worst or horrible, but they are okay. Now, on to the gameplay. The gameplay is a mixed bag, alright? In terms of pros and cons, you got a good reward system. Every time you do certain missions, you get nice rewards, more weapons, more armor. That's great. So you get a reward system. You got some great vehicles. You be on boats. You be driving in buggies. That's real cool. You get special abilities. So, like you can heal yourself, and you can make yourself go camouflage. Really cool things like that. The overall action in the game has a great pace. Like, I love the fact that I'm mad taller than everybody. That's crazy right there. But if you look at the action, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a good pace in terms of the action, so that's real cool. There's a dodging mechanism that works really well, and a dodging effect looks cool in terms of the graphics. You have a 180-degree turn, which if somebody's right behind you, you push down on R3 and it turns around, and the AI is pretty good as well. So that's some pros right there. Also, you could play as Avatar, or you could play as a regular human like a rebel, and you got realism when shooting, meaning that you can shoot an animal twice, even 3 times, and they're dead. It's literally. So that's really good. And that right there I feel is very important in terms of the pace of the game. So that's like the pros. But the cons, like the controls, it's not streamlined like how a third-person shooter should be. I mean, you got a whole L2 to slow things up, which leads to you doing special moves that it's off. It's not really tight as it should be. So the controls can be very you can learn them, but you'll get frustrated, and you won't enjoy playing the game fully like you should a third-person shooter game. Now, also, you can't change the button, so you stuck with what you got. And it would have been nice to have a lock-on target mechanism in the game, like how you hold L1, which zooms in, do you push R1 to shoot in like a lot of first-person shooters or third-person shooting games. This game don't have that. You just line it up with the analog stick, and then that's it. But it don't feel right. You know what I mean? And also, the game could get real boring. I'm not going to even lie to you. The game could get really boring. So if you're a fan of the game, I really advise you to go through it. But if you will get bored of this game, and if you're not really a fan or you don't follow this may not be the game for you. Straight up, it may not be the game for you. The sound is okay, nothing spectacular, but the sound is okay. It features 3D, but nobody's gaming in 3D right now, so that's a feature that's going to be 99% useless to a lot of people out there. The online is very smooth actually, but it's boring too because nobody's on it, and for the most part, there's not a lot of things to do in the online. You have the traditional deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag things, but in terms of the environments, the level design, there's no cover system. It's just open run and gun, and hopefully you get a kill. Like, it's not really fun, and it's not really strategic, so that kind of kills the online for this game. So overall, I had to give this game a 7 out of 10. From the controls to the problems with the graphics to the features being useless, this game is just a 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the footage. HipHopGamerShow.com, man. Now, right here, you see me throwing arrows and switching my weapons. That right there is cool. It's seamless. It's really cool. But it don't feel the way it should feel for a third-person action game. There's some elements in this game that will have you saying, oh, cool, but overall, you're not going to be that impressed. So like I said, the game gets a 7 out of 10, and we about to go back to the Hip Hop Gamer Show, and you gonna see what's popping from there. Peace. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was Avatar. Shout out to James Cameron, you know, doing this thing and stuff like that. Like I said, the game is decent, but, you know, it's 3D for those who, you know, got 3D or something like that. But anyway, you know, let's get into gamers in the street. And I'll give a shout out to my boy Warzone Gamer. He's going to be on the show today, so we're going to check him out. Right after that, we're going to go into the Hip Hop RSS. Now, this Hip Hop RSS is real special because the news I got for you